All right. Psychic readings and messages. I feel like I have so much to talk about, and then I just sort of come to this blank and I'm like, I don't know where to start. So I'm just going to do readings and trust that the messages will come through with the readings, because yeah. So I'm going to share a little bit whilst I'm waiting for you guys to jump on, and then I'm also just going to share this while I wait for you guys to jump on as well. And then I'll go through how we're going to work these psychic readings. So hello. Let me just share this presently so I don't mock it up. And then I will be present with you guys. If I even remember how to do this. I think I've had my coffee this morning. No, I've got a lot on my mind and I want to share it, and I'm like, I don't know where to start. And it's kind of weird. So I'm going to talk about that as well, because there's a lot there with that. So let me just share this into the group if I actually get it correct. I'm trying to concentrate and I'm still not getting it correct. Oh, that's funny. Hello. All right, I'm going to share it one more time and then we'll be ready to go. All right, perfect. Nearly ready to go. Hello, people. I see you jumping on. Okay, perfect. So whilst I'm just waiting for you guys to jump on, and I'm really curious how you guys are feeling, and I feel like I just need to move this down a little bit or something. I'm curious how you guys are feeling, because I was going to jump on yesterday. my cat hair all over my jumper. Hey, Janine. I was going to jump on yesterday and I didn't, and then I was like, oh, I should have. And I'm like in this weird place where I used to do live streams all the time and talk about lots of things all the time, and I feel like I'm coming out of this cocoon and really coming into a place where I can share again. I feel like I've been held captive for several years, and now I'm free, and now I'm remembering what I do. I know it sounds strange, right? And I'm in like a really weird sort of energy, and I know I'm not the only one, and that's why I guess I'm curious how you guys are feeling. Yeah, blah, chaotic. Yes, Josie, it's just like this weird sort of energy. And I know there's been other people and clients in the last sort of 24, 48 hours that are, I've never been in that sort of space too. So just curious. Yeah, I don't really know. It's been a hibernation. Yes, I love that I'm back too, Janine. I know, right? Thank fuck for that. I'm out of the cage. I'm free. I'm not fucking going back in there. I tell you what. So happy birthday, Teresa. Kelly. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to do some readings for us, and then from today / tomorrow, I'm going to just do a lot more live streams, and I'll just talk about whatever and just trust that that's what needs to be said. And it's always, I just feel like I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But anyway, so I'm just going to do that. So you guys will be seeing a lot more of me, let's say. Yes, that's so interesting. I feel like I'm waiting, if that makes sense. It makes total sense. I know there's like a pause, and I did write about this last week as well. I was like, there's a collective pause at the moment. I do feel that, this collective pause, so to speak. I feel there's a lot of us feeling that too. And whilst there's like times we can push through things, there's other times that's like this, you know, it's like you don't even know what you're waiting for in a way. It's like, and I feel like over this last week, it's like move forward, and then it's like, and then it's like move forward, and then it's this stop start. And I feel it's like feeling good, and then feeling and then it's like a up, yes, and it's like a and a lots of anger as well coming out for a lot of people too. So yeah, Janine said I stopped waiting, it's freaking awesome. I love that. Okay, so yeah, it's very much those energies at the moment. Yeah, it's very much those energies. So I guess I just wanted to share that. And I think, you know, I think my part of like wanting to come on yesterday, and then I was like, yeah, like, you know, I'm all good in my private groups and everything, you know, but it's like I'm not, I don't know what the word is, like if it's confident, or I think, you know, in being in the cage of the last 3 years, I'm going to call it, you know, it has felt like I've lost my confidence. And I think it's more about just really trusting that I need to say what I need to say, you know. So yeah, I'm just going to trust, and I'll come on with more energy updates, I think, coming into the future. So if you guys are all good with that, but if you're not, we can just fuck off my page then, hey? No, I did like doing readings, and I haven't done them for ages, and you know, and because of the scammers, and we spoke about that, but I'm going to run through that again now as well. Janine said it's not 100% comfortable, but that's okay. 100%. Definitely. I think if we're comfortable, we're not growing. So yeah, 100%. All right. What else are we going to say? All right. So we'll start these readings. Basically, I'll just run through how I work with the readings if you're new to my page. Number one, I will never contact you and or comment and say, hey, send me a message and I'll send you a reading. Like, I don't do that, okay? You come to my live streams, you send me a private message, or you go to my website to book a reading. I will never contact you. There are scammers that will add you as a friend. Like, I don't add people as friend, okay? Like, people copy my accounts, they copy my photos. If you look carefully, there will be some sort of grammar error in reality awareness, okay? It won't spell correctly, it will have apostrophes in weird places. Like, it's just like, how do they sleep at night, okay? But I really want to stress that I will never do that, okay? So if someone adds you and you're like, oh, it's reality awareness, like, oh, she doesn't do that. Scammer alert. And if you actually click onto their page and have a look, they will only have shared all my posts. Something will be wrong in the grammar, and they will be bugging you. They'll be like, send me a message, or give me credit card details, and I'm like, how do you sleep at night, dude? Like, for real. There's other ways to make money than scamming people, like, for real, okay? Yeah, exactly. So, and you know, and like I said on my last live stream, the reason that I stopped doing live streams a fair bit is because I do get a lot of scammers, and they just, whilst I'm on live stream, they will message you and all this sort of stuff, and I'm like, man, for real, So anyway, what it is doing, it is helping you to trust your intuition and really fine tune these scammers, you know, not just even with me and, you know, what we're doing here, but just in general. Like, if people call you up or send you a message or an email, you start to see what's real and what's in the scamming world. So, you know, unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it. The best thing to do is just report them and just delete it and block it and forget about it. So, and just know that you're like, yes, I trusted my intuition. I was correct. Yeah, and you tell them that you're not Hannah. Yes, perfect. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's start with psychic readings. So how I work with psychic readings is that I will ask for a yes, please. So you can do that now. So I'll get you to type in a yes, please. Only do it once. I see your comment. If you're like, yes, please, yes, please, yes, please, I'll just ignore you. It's a spam comment. Just once is enough. Trust me. I see you on there. And basically I'll have a line and a list of yes, pleases or yes, I want a reading, or whatever you want to say like that. And then I will intuitively scan through that list and pick you or not pick you. So it's always intuitive, of course. And you just have to stay on the live stream for the reading, of course. And then I will go through, depending on how fast I pick a yes please, I'll then ask for another list of yes pleases just to make sure that you're all still live. And whilst I'm waiting for these yes pleases to come through, you might have seen that The Haven has been released. And I think it's so funny, like I finished preparing it on Monday and like my team's like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel like I'm in a big black blob on the floor and I'm bawling my eyes out. She's like, you've just given birth. It's like, okay. Like it was so huge. So I am going to talk about The Haven as well coming up. Okay, Amy Baker, this is for you. So, okay, there's opportunity to forgive. I'm just going to really note the koala bear in here. There's the purple wings on her heart. So crown chakra, throat chakra as well for the blue. So there's ideas or you've been thinking about lately that you need to forgive this person. Now, I always say fuck forgiveness. You need to feel the pain and the hurt and the trauma and deal with that before you can truly forgive, because otherwise, like on a spiritual thing, we're like, oh, I forgive you, but like you're soothing underneath with like pain and anger and like still you haven't got over that, you know, right? So it's like there's forgiveness and then there's really forgiveness. So when you've actually dealt with the feelings and the hurt and the pain and the trauma of the situation, that's when forgiveness becomes the byproduct. Yeah. So just checking. So this is for Amy. So it's like there's a situation that's been on your mind, and I don't know whether it's been more like, oh, I need to forgive them. It's just like there's a lot of charge behind this situation, right? It feels like, and it's like you're trying to move past it, and it's see only love and trying to forgive, right? But I feel like that situation needs to be dealt with. I feel like you can't bury it anymore. Yeah, I feel like it's reached a point where you need to actually go there, whether it's like with a healer or in person or speak to them, okay? Because the voice is there, like the throat chakra, right? Like there's a lot of speaking that needs to happen in that space. Like it's interesting that the future card, look at that beautiful angel winged, I was going to say Pegasus. It's a unicorn with a big angel on it. So much white light, especially with the way that I'm holding it. But like, that's how much light is around you right now. That's how much love is around you right now, which can transmute those lower vibrations and the hurt and the pain, but you actually have to deal with it. And what do you desire? So it is about moving on and actually having what you want, but it feels like there's a chunk that needs to be cleared out. No, maybe you have been clearing that out because it is in the past card, but I feel like there's still a bit more to go. And what I want to say to you is don't, like what's the word coming through? Like don't think that you should be further along than you are. Like in a sense, you're like, oh, I should have dealt with this already. Or like, why hasn't this happened yet? Or you know what I mean? It just feels like, can you just go easy on yourself and give yourself a break? And just know that it's just the right time now to be dealing with it, and you are dealing with it, right? Rather than beating yourself up and thinking that you need to have dealt with it already, you know? And then this focus on service, it's kind of like, well, this is in alignment with what do you desire? Yeah. What do you desire? Focus on service. It's very much coming into like, well, actually you can have what you want. You know, what is it that you really want? And, you know, focus on service. It is like stepping out of your own way, so to speak. It's almost like, I want to say pain, hurt and trauma from any situation will always be there to an extent. Like we can always go digging. We can always go, okay, there's something from the past life, from the zillion lives that we've lived that we need to deal with, right? And we can get stuck there, or we can like do what we need to do, be gentle on ourselves, deal with what we're dealing with, and we can move forward into what we desire and focus on service at the same time. Yeah. So it's like, yes, you're healing, don't get stuck there. Yes, deal with it. I feel like what this sort of message for you, Amy, is there's a big situation that you had to bury, push aside, and now it's time to deal with it. Like, basically, right? Like, and it's not that you should have dealt with it earlier, it's just that now it's time. And the don't get stuck there is in a sense of like, you know, we could always, like, it's endless, right? Healing is an endless pit. And there's a time to heal stuff and there's a time to move forward. And I just feel like you're moving forward, and yes, focus on service, but there's this big part that needs to be dealt with. It's sort of in your face. And if there's something you're like, oh, why isn't anything working, or why isn't it? It's like, because this actually does need to be dealt with now. It's just time. Yeah. So that's for you, Amy. And I see as a few other people that it's resonating with as well. Kelly says, I missed a bit. Sounds exactly what I need to hear. Awesome. Yes, relates to, could be a conscious collective. It always is. And it's like at the start of this live stream, I was like, I feel like there's so many messages that I want to talk about and I don't know where to start. So I'm going to do readings and the messages will come out through that. So there we go. So if I don't get to, make sure you guys are listening in, because it'll be a message for you for sure. Okay. So if I can have another round of yes pleases. If you would like to book your own personal psychic reading, the link's in the top. You're so welcome, Amy. The link is in the top of the title of this live stream. It's also, you can find it on my website or my page as well. I will pop it in the comments here for you. The psychic reading. So when you book a psychic reading with me personally, there's 3 different options that you can choose. One is just a 30-minute phone call. We jump on the phone for 30 minutes. It is audio recorded, so you can listen back at any time. And yay, that resonated with you as well, Catherine. You're so welcome. And what else am I going to say about that? So option 1, 30-minute call. Option 2 is a video call. So if you feel like you need more than just a reading, like this is where we do distance healing, we shift stuff on the video call. So there's option 2. Option 3 is where we've got like a 2-week container that we work together. We have 3 video calls and we work together in between the calls as well. So it's a very powerful space. If you're really wanting like extra support, I definitely go for option 2 or option 3. So I'll pop that link in here as well, and I'll pin that to the top too. Your mum died May last year, so that would give us about 18-month timeline that you're in right now, hitting up against that 18-month mark. 18 months is always a big portal of time. So May, June, July, August. Is that right? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You're close to it. I guess you're in the middle of it. There will always be waves of grief that come out, especially if we've lost somebody. So it's really important to just let yourself grieve, and grieving, like if we haven't been allowed to grieve or let ourselves grieve when it instantly happens and we've had to hold it all together, usually what happens, right? Especially for a family like that. Like if we haven't given ourselves a chance to grieve, we need to let ourselves grieve. Like the depth of grief that not many people travel to. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to choose another person here. Okay. So this Brody, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. So Brody, it looks like Kelly Green, but that's not, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. I'm not good with pronouncing names. That's one of my things. So, Brody, this is for you. Okay, so Brody, I've pulled the ideas and inspirations. So coming off the last reading that we just did, and it was like the purple wings and the purple crown. So this is ideas and inspiration. So the purple crown, claircognizance, that's where ideas come in, right? This one, ideas and inspiration, is very green in the heart. And I feel like for you, Brody, I'm like, it's time to listen to your heart. There's something that's been on your mind, thoughts thoughts, ideas, inspiration that won't go away. And it's not like obsession, but it's just always there. And it's in alignment with your heart. And it makes you almost cry in a way of like how much resonance there is when you think about this thing that's just like your heart, right? And that's why the ideas, inspiration, heart. And I was just talking to a client last night. The crown chakra, when we act, and you know from the chakra journey, right? When we activate the crown chakra, the heart chakra is automatically activated. And so when we get ideas and they're aligned with the heart, it's almost like we can't stop thinking about it because it's our purpose. Like it pulls us into our purpose. Our heart is so connected to earth and to what we walk in on this earth, to the path we walk on this earth. Like that's our heart, right? It's that connected to our earthly walk. I don't know how to say it any other way than that. So for you, Brody, something's been on your mind that is pulling at your heartstrings. And it's interesting talking about the earth because nature card is there. So what has been on your mind that's in alignment with your heart that makes your heart just go, oh, and nature, right? And if you look at this is pink. Pink, you know, we look at pink hearts, so heart, but also pink is the ear chakras. Are you listening? Are you listening to the ideas that keep dropping in from spirit that are in alignment with your heart, that align you up with your true nature? This one, self-acceptance. There's a part of you that doesn't trust those messages, but it's time to. There's a part of you that you're coming into deep self-acceptance with, that you don't need any outside validation. You can make these decisions on your own, even though they're extremely big, life-changing decisions, right? But the overall thing is going to be super healing for you. But you need to trust the ideas and inspiration that is coming to you, that pulls you into your true nature, that fills up your heart and gives you the deep self-acceptance that you've been looking for in other people, that's actually found in following your heart and your ideas. Yeah? Mick says, falling in love with myself. Exactly. That one. Yeah? So that's the message for you, Brody. Kelly says, wow, I love your knowledge. Yes, you're so welcome. Sophia, not good at pronouncing names either. Doesn't surprise me. You're my soul sister. Oh, that's hilarious. Love it. Okay, I'll have another round of yes, pleases. Hi, Carrie. All right. So you can book a private psychic reading with me. The link is there. We can do a 30-minute one-on-one on the phone that's audio recorded. Option 2 is a video call where we literally can clear so much stuff. So if you've got trauma, grief, stuff that nobody's been able to shift before, a video call, we clear so much. If you need more support or want to go deeper and like clear a big chunk, the 2-week immersion on the deluxe, so the third option, is what I would really recommend in that space. Yes, we definitely are, Sophia. All right. So, who are these for? Okay, Catherine Coe. Okay, this is interesting. So we've got the soulmate relationship card. I freaking love this card. God, it's so divine. Okay, soulmate relationship card. The first thing that comes to mind is your DNA. So what I want to say straight up, I'm like, your DNA's been infiltrated. I know it sounds weird. I would really be mindful of who's in your energy field. So sure, this could be definitely a soulmate intimate relationship. However, I'm like getting the messages that it's like, and who else is in your energy field? Who else is in your energy field that shouldn't be in there? Who have you let in that shouldn't? And that's interesting because the protection card is also coming up. This is coming up in the right now. So protecting your energy, and then you've also got rest. And it just feels like you've been on this, like, I want to say almost like a rat wheel, like a treadmill, a rat wheel, a mouse wheel, you know, like on the wheel, right? And it just feels like it's because of this energy that's been in there. And it's like, yes, you're now protected, but also make sure you've cleared that out and do some clearing work around that. The rest card coming up is like, don't push yourself at this time. It feels like, yes, you're gaining your power back, but it's okay to just rest and let integrate what actually happened. So I'm not sure if you've been feeling like weird lately, Catherine, but there might have been you might have had a healing session. You might have shifted through that already. Regardless, it feels like it's an opportunity to dig a little deeper, because like where this like weird feeling is coming from, if you may, is like, I want to say deeper than surface. You know, dolphins underwater, etc. Like it's deeper than that. Yeah. So I would be looking at definitely working on whether you've worked with a healer or not. Obviously this is stuff that I do, of course. But protecting your energy, but clearing out that and sealing it back up in a way. Yeah. It's deeper than what you think. Yeah. And then the rest, like I said, and it's about taking your power back. So interesting, right? So it's like the rest is like the baby cocoon, then the mother protecting the baby, right? And the protection card, but the empowerment card and the soulmate relationship card, because the soulmate relationship card can definitely represent a soulmate relationship, but it can also represent yourself, like the masculine and feminine parts of yourself, right? And it's interesting, like deep in the water. Yeah. And I love this card so much. It's like my favorite card in the deck. Oh, maybe the other one is. Maybe I've got a lot of favorite cards in the deck. She's just like, yep, I'm here. I'm back, right? So, yes, that is for you, Catherine. Hi, Tracy. Okay, so I'll have another round of yes pleasers. So I don't do a queue because I can't get through 32 people on a live stream. That's not how I work. So I'll just have another round of yes pleasers, and I intuitively choose from the yes pleasers. Yay, you got notified now, Jen. That's good. All right, this one. So if I don't get to you, you can always come back to this video or any of my videos, especially my psychic reading videos, and you can like have the video there. You can ask your question in your mind, and then you can just like toggle the little, you know how I can like move the little toggle across to fast forward the video sort of thing. And you can just sort of scroll it across and just intuitively stop it and then press play. And if you listen, it'll be a message for you. It'll be like an answer. You can always use my website like that as well. I have a page specifically on my website with all my psychic reading live stream replays. And so you can always go to that page. It's the Psychic Readings and Oracle Healings page. And same thing, you can like have the page open in front of you, and then you can ask the question, you can scroll the page, stop on a video, scroll the video and press play. Okay, so you can always get a message there as well. All right, so just scrolling through the list now. Okay, so Mick Manic, don't know that's how I pronounce your last name. But this is who I am choosing. Sophia says it resonates regardless. We are meant to hear what is meant for each of us. Exactly. Okay, so Mick, this is interesting. So I pulled this card before, the opportunity to forgive. So this is in your right now. In the past is the acceptance card, And in the right now card is opportunity to forgive. Then we have heart chakra. So it feels like a very similar message to what I pulled before, actually, with this one, opportunity to forgive, and the heart, because it's like you've come into acceptance of the situation. You're in the space of, I want to say let go, like the opportunity to forgive. It feels a very fluid, like just like, okay, like it's almost like a let go of control. Not that you're controlling, but like it's just like surrender. It's like nothing else I can do. Doing what I can. Opportunity to forgive is more the surrender, letting go of control, trying to make it work, so to speak. And then the following of the heart. And it's interesting because the bottom card of the deck, which I look at as the overlying message of the cards, is cleanse and detoxify. So it's like, yes, this means like a physical detox of your body, but also can be like emotional detox from a toxic situation, relationship, career, etc. So it is like a cleansing and detoxifying. I'm getting a lot of letting go energy for you in this. And it just feels like you've come into that place. And again, this is similar to the Dolphins cards that I just pulled before. So if we look at the colors on the cards, it's like, where are we? So orange, blue, blue, orange. I know it looks more red, but it's still orange. So orange, blue, blue, red. And it's like sacral up into the heart and the hearth. I want to say the heart and the hearth. So the heart of the matter, the hearth. I know the hearth is like the fire, and we'd look at that as the heart, but it's like the hearth of the harp. Oh, here we go. The harp and the hearth of the truth of the heart of the matter. Oh, that's so huge. And the cleanse and detoxify, and this is where it's like orange, blue, blue, orange. So sacral, blue, blue, sacral. It's like up and down, up and down. And it just feels like this sort of wave. It's like a wave, right? Mermaids are here. It's like a wave of healing. It's like, and this is where I feel it's like the surrender for you. Like you've come into that letting go and you're riding the waves, and you just, you know, like I said, it's not controlling. Like when I talk about control, it's more about surrender. Yeah. It's more about not trying to force a situation. I love watching you do these while I edit my photos. I love it. So Meek says 19 years with a narcissist, but in healing and a connection with my first flame, but I don't want to take emotional baggage with me to my first flame. Awesome. Awesome, 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 Chantel, because that's what I said. If you listen carefully, there'll be messages for you. Okay. Yeah, and so as you said, you know, like, but in healing and connection with my first flame, because don't want to take that in. And so under, I just held this up, it must be important. So under this one, so this is the bottom card, and this is now the bottom card, be honest with yourself. So being honest about your truth, throat chakra, being honest about your truth, and being honest about who you are in the relationship, being honest about who you are in the space as well, accepting that, but then also clearing out any of the patterns, as you said, so you don't take it through. Yeah. Yes, there we go. Love it. Keep up the good work. It's not easy. Jen said, this so resonates with my situation with my family who has disowned me over the jabs. Oh, it's the fucking biggest heartbreak ever to be disowned by family. I'm just turning this heater off. There's been a lot of that disowning from family stuff coming up lately. Yeah, like that's very in the air this morning, actually. So yeah, I'm curious how you're handling that. I hope that you're bawling your fucking eyes out and some, because being cut off from family is like the most pain in the world. I have another round of yes pleases, guys. I don't think I said Yeah, it is. It's like the most excruciating, no point to living. Like some, you know, like if we've still got family connection and we go through a relationship breakup, we're kind of okay. If we don't have like family connection and we go through breakup, it's like excruciating. And it's excruciating because it's actually our family that we're more disheartened and like, just excruciating is a good word for it. It's like having your head in a vice and not being able to do anything. Like it's yeah, it's so heavy on my heart and mind. Fucking oath it would be. Yep. It's like the most painful thing in the world ever. Yeah. So I hope that you're bawling your eyes out, and I hope that you have support through this. This is the sort of work that I do with people, because the grief and being able to feel the grief and heal from grief of any kind, but family grief, that's the worst. It's the worst thing. You could be cut up into shreds on the ground and it's not as worse as being disowned from your family. Like, I don't know how to put it any other way. Like, it is one of the biggest things ever. Yeah. Even though, like, we might not get along with our family, it's still the biggest cutthroat thing ever. Big time. Okay. I just had 1,000 ideas drop in. Carla, we said you need guidance over your recent health issues. Did you want to share a little bit about what that is? Or you might not feel comfortable on live stream. This is the sort of stuff we're doing in the Reality Awareness Haven, is really, I want to say, dissecting. We're talking a lot about dissecting and stuff here. We're like talking in the depths of the cutthroat stuff at the moment. So we must be getting into some pretty gnarly energy that we're talking about here, guys. Bear with us as we go deep. So yeah, in the Reality Awareness Haven, this is where we really dissect, pull apart and heal at the deepest core of psychic surgery beyond, of health issues that the doctor can't fix, whether it's an emotional breakup with a family or partner or lover or a physical health issue. Like, the Haven is really where we're like going deep into so much stuff in there. I'm so excited about it, really. Because it's it's the core of what I do. It is the core of what I do. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through these yes pleases. Your eyes always puffy, but it makes you look normal. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. It makes you look younger. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Tracy said, this is exact my lines for the last 7 years since my mum passed. Yeah, it's huge, right? Sounds like you need some one-on-one help, Chantel, more than a live stream. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so through these yeses, okay. Bradley Rach, I think that's Rach, Bradley. Bradley Rach, I see you. Okay. And I feel what I'm about to talk about is going to resonate with a few people. This is, okay, I told you we're going deep. Are you guys ready for this? This is going to resonate with a few people. And this is for Bradley Rach. But we just started tapping into some deep cutthroat energy. It feels very sharp, the energy is what I'm trying to, I can feel it. It's very sharp. And if I look at the cards that it's pulled, the rocks in the cave are very sharp. Okay, so just wanted to point that out first. Okay, first of all, in the past is fill up, rest, refuel, retreat. This is a self-care card. This is about doing you. This is about, it is about doing you, but I feel like this is what has happened is actually you've been putting yourself last. This is you being in a service to others and not really doing anything for you. Like, sure, you might be getting a massage or pedicure or like, but I'm talking about soul purpose you. You've been in service to others, but not in soul purpose for you, okay? Right now is come out of the cave, share your voice. Persecution and expression. So you've been in service to other people and not doing your soul's work because, see, it fell on the ground, time to come out, because of the fear of persecution and execution that would entail by you actually stepping into your truth. In the next 6 months is the initiation card. It is time to come out of the cave, and it is time to do that. Anything you try and do will feel like it falls on the floor. You will try to do what you've been doing and it won't fucking work. And you need to get your ass into gear and come out of the cave and share your goddamn voice. And this is like walking through fire. I know we talked about sharp rocks, and it literally is. Whoops, it literally is. And it is walking through fire. Okay? The phoenix is still in the fucking fire. You need to come the fuck out of there. Okay? Feels really strong, cutthroat energy. The bottom card of the deck is soul contracts, unbound, sorry. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Unbound. Yeah, and this is where it's like you've been bound in the cave in service to others, but not for your purpose. And now it's time to come out of the cave and actually share your voice. And the next 6 months or so, this one, the initiation, it will feel like death warmed up. It will be hard, but anything else you try and do will fall on the ground. Anything you try and do, what you've been doing, is just gonna, you won't be able to. It'll just be like mush, and everything will fall apart. The way to stop it from falling apart is by you starting to walk your path, and then this will balance, and it will be, look, it's upside down. It will be balanced if you start doing this. If you forget about this, this just will fall apart. Yeah? It's a really strong message. I told you it was a cutthroat message. I told you it was a cutthroat message, right? Told you it was a cutthroat message. Man, you don't even know how deeply this message resonates for me. Yes, Dominique. Yeah, and that makes sense, Dominique, because you're giving people advice on my live stream. Not that that's like a, like, you know, it's just like, yeah, I see how it resonates because you need to do your own thing. Yeah, and all that stuff you're talking about, like, I know you're answering Chantel's thing, which I said she needs one-on-one work because it's more than a live stream, although I've probably talked about it on live streams for sure, 100%. It's very third eye chakra consciousness, and that's all, not all we do, it's a big chunk of what we do in trust the intuition, because when we're stuck in relationships that we shouldn't be in and they're still in our head after 50 years and we can't let them go and they're still there energetically, I'm also writing a book about it currently as well. I was going to come on live stream earlier this morning, but I got busy writing instead, so that's why I'm here now, not earlier. So going deep into it in my book as well, but it's what we work on in Trust Intuition. It's one of the core elements is working through childhood, inner child stuff, because your inner child is where your purpose lives, is where your intuition lives, but is also clouded by the environment we grew up in. And if we don't clear that, we can't get clear on our intuition, and we're stuck on other people's stuff. We're stuck on that relationship, or we're stuck on this, and we're stuck on everyone else because of where that stems from in childhood of like everyone else. Yeah. Holy beans. Bradley Rach says I needed to kick up the ass. I know. I could feel it coming through. I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, I've warned you guys. This is my rage, but you know, yeah. Laurie says, you always have something that rings true in my life. There we go. Leanne says, I just changed a picture of mine to a phoenix. Is she actually coming out, but right? Bradley says, I love your cutthroat messages. Yeah. I'm always here for the truth. That's what it's about. It's why it's called reality awareness. This is a reality, kick up the butt truth about your fucking reality. There's no sugar coating here with the fairies. It's like straight to the truth. Otherwise you go off to some other fairy, like, you know, nothing wrong with fairies, by the way. I fucking love them. I just integrated my face self. It's okay. I'm not hating on the fairies, okay? But this is the truth over here. And if you're not ready for the truth, you just fucking won't be here, right? Won't be here. You're so welcome. Is it Mammy Williams? Brenda says watching Serena Williams kick butt on telly. And you kick butt here, powerful women all around me. That's what we need. Yeah. Yes. Love it. Yes, this is the work I'm doing now. It's so good. Awesome. So you need to be doing it on your page and not other people's pages. I'd be looking at that. All right. Okay. So Kristen says you should look into joining Hannah's Reality Haven. Yes, the Reality Awareness Haven, exactly, right? This is what we do in that space. This is where the deep work happens. For sure. I'm about to jump in there after this and do the September forecast because I'm doing a monthly forecast in there energetically. We're doing weekly live streams in there, giving healing protocols specifically for you that will be like intuitively channeled about specific, literally step-by-step healing protocols. Do this, do this, do this, do this to heal this issue. Like that is literally what the Haven is about. I'm going to pop the link in the title of the not title, I'm just going to pop it in here for you guys. The Haven, it is a monthly membership. You can stay for as long or as little as you want to, but it is where you will get more one-on-one in a group setting, of course, where you will get more support than just like on a live stream here, because I will literally intuitively download a healing protocol specifically for you, whether you're going through a relationship breakup, whether you've got a physical illness, whether you're, you know, stuck on a narcissistic relationship that you can't let go of. Like, here's a specific healing protocol of how you need to heal it. Because whilst there's like a standard healing protocol, then there's intuitive ones that come through specifically. And where this has come from is from my 6 years of like online working every single day on my Telegram and WhatsApp with my clients. A lot of my content, well, a big chunk of my content has come through from when I'm talking to my clients and the client will ask me a question, Spirit gives me the answer, I pass it on. For example, have you guys experienced my clearing every sexual partner ritual? It's in my Reality Awareness support group. It's in my free group. I put it in there. You won't find it anywhere else. I did have it originally just in Trust Intuition, and then I was like, this needs to be shared more. That literally came through from when a client asked me a question, and it literally came through, and I got off like the phone to her and I was like, I need to share that with my tribe because that was so fucking powerful. And this is where, like, in the Haven, intuitive healing protocols will come through. So a combination of my experience, my wisdom, and my skill set combined with what's intuitively coming through for you to heal specific issues. So that is what the Haven is about. There's weekly live streams, like I said, where you jump on there, or you can jump straight in there and post straight away in the group, and then I will answer it for you and on the live stream as well. Emma's doing psychic readings in there once a month as well. Plus we've got the monthly forecast, which I'm excited to do each month too. So yeah, you're so welcome, Tracy. Okay, I'll have another round of yes pleases. Did I say that? Because I've just pulled some cards for somebody. Okay, so if you guys would like a private psychic reading as well, because I won't be able to get to everyone on these live streams, definitely not. If you always listen, there's always a message for you somewhere in there. So yeah, but if you want to book a private psychic reading, links in the title of my live stream. You can also find it on my website as well. There's 3 different options when you book a one-on-one with me. There's just a 30-minute phone call, which is audio recorded, or option 2 is where we do a video call. So we can go a lot deeper on a video call. We can do distance healing, energy healing, activations, clearings, whatever is required on that. It's a lot deeper session. If you want extra support, definitely the deluxe, which is a 2-week immersion with me. We've got 3 video calls and doing, in between support as well. So that's where the bigger shifts come in when you work with me over a longer period of time. So yes. So Chantel says, I love how straight you are. You just swear, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. If you've got a problem with swearing, you're in the wrong place. I'm sorry. It's all about keeping it real here. Okay. All right. So Janine, jumping out at me there. Okay. So this one here is Inner Temple. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. I know at the start of this live stream you were saying something about like, I just made a choice to set myself free. It was something along the lines of that. And that's where I feel like this is. And I love how white, it's not a moon, it's a portal, but it kind of is going from like a portal to a moon to just a bright light, or it's just a portal. That portal in you has been very strong. And I feel like you've been amplifying that. I feel like you've been growing that, cultivating that. That's the word I'm looking for. Interesting, because keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Feels very much like the ancient blooded healer activation with that image there. And I feel this is what you've been doing. You've been devoting yourself to the inner portal of your heart. From that, your connection to spirit and the earth and your purpose and path is becoming very clear to you. It feels like there's a lot of clarity that's dropped in that has come from that inner devotion to the portal of your heart. And this is like, it's like anchoring down through into your system. Sorry, I'm doing it backwards. Anchoring down in through to your system. Interesting that this comes in as a no. Wait, pause, postpone. Something like that. Yeah, pause, postpone. I feel like this, it's not that you're not ready. It's not that you're not doing anything right or wrong. It's that literally you need, it's a divine timing. There's also other things and factors that need to fall into place right now. So continue to strengthen this, which you are. It feels like this is your highest priority, which is awesome. And a lot of clarity. And at the moment, you're just waiting for the next sign. Like you're not waiting for the next sign. It's like there's a divine timing that's happening with everything that you're working on. And just more confirmation. Oh, you did that ancient blooded healer activation. I love it. It's where I'm called. I love that so much. And then the bottom card of the deck is your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, pillar of light. And so, you know, and this is the thing, like inner temple, keepers of the earth, like you're really strengthening that. And that's probably why I was feeling that ancient blooded healer energy too, because you're right in it with the activation. That's the best. So, and then this one, pillar of light, your vibration is rising and you are the oracle. This is where you can literally, like you're becoming it. And I know you know this, like this is where the strengthening is happening. This is where you're tuning in and it's grounding in for you. And it just feels like things are becoming so clear. You're like, oh, finally. But things are becoming clear because you're choosing yourself. You're devoting to yourself. You're doing you. That's why. That's why. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. You're trusting fully. Yes. I love it. Yeah. So you're doing everything right. And if it feels like you're like, oh, it's not happening yet. Or what's like, if you come up against a block, you're like, divine timing. All right. Just going to keep doing this for a bit. Right. Because the doors will open when the doors will open. Yeah. Really strong. Really strong. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, guys. Love you guys being here. All right, that's all today. I'm not doing any more readings. Thank you for being here. I'm going to do a lot more. You're gonna see a lot more of me because I feel like I'm coming out of the cage. Well, I've been released from the cage and I'm getting myself back. So yeah, and like I said, I had a lot of messages to share and I feel like they've come through and I just feel like, yeah, I'll be doing a lot more just, I don't know if they're energy updates or what have you, but it's coming. So I'll see you guys really soon. Yay, I love it, Janine. Could not have received further validation. It's so good. I fucking love it. All right, if you want to book a private psychic reading, a link is pinned to the title. Pinned in the comments here. It's in the title of this live stream. You can find it on my page. Thank you for the welcome back. I feel grateful to be here. Very grateful. And you can find it on my website. If you want to join the Haven, like I said, it's the monthly membership where you can get specific healing protocols. But you'll only be drawn in there if you really want to heal, if you're really ready to do the work. that's the reality of Reality Awareness Haven. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.